Morning, guys. Sorry about that. Let me get you back in your holder here. I don't go live that often, as you can tell. And that being the case, we have a little technical difficulty here. Hi, guys. So this morning early, I got online and I saw my reel that I posted last night with Joker being worked on the table. I had a couple, 4 or 5 different clips, and I put one on that was a little rough on the dog, and everybody went crazy. And reality and truth is, it's not a picnic, right? It's real life. I don't do sport, all right? And in a real fight, that dog has to know how to take pressure. He has to be able to accept pressure and keep fighting. If you don't train your dog properly, you don't teach him to accept fight, ding, ding, fights on, ding, ding, fights off. When you get into a real ring and you're in a fight, do you think Thai boxing is gentle? They don't get their noses bloody? That there's not physical confrontation that happens within that fight, right? Everybody went crazy. Oh my God, don't brutalize the dog. And reality and truth, it's not anything that's going to hurt that dog to any major degree. Getting poked with a stick, it's a soft stick. It's like me poking you in the rib. Doesn't feel good, but it increases the dog's motivation. Go on, get out of here, get. So reality and truth is, when you have to build a dog to accept fight on the street and really go out and take that bad man down, okay? Somebody breaks into my home. You think he's there to not do me harm? You think he's not usually carrying a gun or a knife or anything else, right? That's exactly what happens in the real world. It's a tough world out there, folks, okay? And I don't play, all right? I build these dogs to complete a function. Joker, if anybody's met my dog, the dog that was in that reel, is very social. I can take him out anywhere, give him a release. He goes in and gets petted. He's fine. But you try to come on my property, you come in my house, or you get in confrontation and a conflict type of aggravation between me and you, that dog's going to tear you up. All right. And there's a reason for that, because I built that dog from a puppy, and very methodical. You think I did that with a puppy? No, you couldn't build him. He's a five and a half year old dog now. Okay. That dog is a mature dog that's able to accept the fight. If you were to train a kid in boxing, as an example, a young man, anybody that's going into some physical type of altercation sport, and you were to do that, you think you throw him into the ring with a big old bruiser and a bruiser beats the hell out of him? No, the dog has to be built very methodically. But when they get to that point where they're mature and they're able to take these fights on, Tyson is a good example. A real fighter. Do you think there was any gentleness in that? Little foo-foo, and I'm sitting on the couch and I've got to put the little pillow on my ass? No. Okay, so I can't see any of your comments, and I really don't care at this point. I'll come back and look at the video afterwards and maybe chime in on some comments, because I don't do these lives that often. But reality and truth, I'm trying to prepare my dog and the dogs that I work for my customers, etc., for the real world. I don't play. There are dogs that are a little less real, and I will evaluate them as being a deterrent factor, meaning I will teach them to go through the motions, but I tell the customer from the very beginning that that dog may not be a man stopper. He may not put a man down, okay? Joker, on the other hand, probably could handle it really well, okay? So all this work that you saw with the guy grabbing him like this and kind of, this was all about getting the dog to accept the pressure of a real fight. It's not a playground out there. It's a mean world out there, okay? And you folks that sit there and get on their little couch and go, oh my God, and your attitudes just blow me away, okay? The real world is a mean world, people. I'm not preparing it for any other thing. See, I don't carry a gun. Why? Because I do not want to kill somebody, right? But my dog will eat you up, but you're not going to probably die. Very rarely would you have a situation that's a death, right? The reason for that is because the dog is considered a non-lethal weapon. He is. He'll rip you up. He's going to win. And when I tell my people, if I got in a conflict with you, you would hear me give my little speech. I always give a speech when I'm in conflict with somebody with my dog. You don't have to worry about the dog. You better worry about me, because I'm going to be coming in with the dog. I'm not just going to let the dog do his thing, right? And stand back and think my dog's big and bad enough to take you on. I don't want my dog hurt. I'm going to come in with him. And you're going to have me on your back end. I'm going to nail you in the kidneys. I'm going to sweep your feet. I'm going to put you on the ground. I'm going to take control of you in that situation. And I'm going to put your ass down, okay? And then I'm going to call the cops and I'm going to wait for them to show up, right? This is what I do. I don't play, all right? So for all you lily-levered people, oh my God, okay? It's a mean world out there, and you guys don't have a clue. what the mean streets are really like. There's things going on out there that you don't even have a clue about. Law enforcement doesn't tell you everything. Now, could you find out about it if you dug into it? Sure. We probably have 3 to 4 murders, at least maybe sometimes in a week, out in some of these areas where these guys are trying to grow their pot and do their drugs and all that. And the Mexicans are going against the Chinese, and there's gangs and all this stuff that happens. The cartels are all over this area, right? So you have no clue what the mean world is really like. And if you did, you'd probably shit yourself, right? So you have to understand, there's a reason these dogs are built the way they're built. And that type of work with that decoy's been doing this since he's been a baby. And then somebody made a really asinine comment. Oh my God, you're teaching the dog to hate black people. I go out and decoy my dog with all kinds of white decoys as much as I do black decoys. It has nothing to do with race. What it has to do with is he's a man. And my dog's been taught to take a man down, period. Am I ever, in almost 30 plus years doing this profession, I have never had a dog bite from one of me or one of my customers' dogs. You know why? Because I teach them the proper way and the responsibility that's required of them and that animal. If that dog is a fear biter or has any aggression tendencies that aren't in line with what we're trying to train that dog to do, I will wash the dog, right? He has to be stable, good with people, be able to go out in public and be social and built properly, right? That's the type of dog I want. But at the same time, I've got him conditioned that if I say a word, that dog will go from 0 to 60 that fast and he'll eat you, okay? That's what I do for a living, people. I don't play. All right, so that's enough said. I'll go ahead and let this get posted and you can call it good. And for all you haters out there, go ahead and hate me all you want. But those that are professionals and know our trade, they know that this is what we do for a living. We don't play around, okay? But in our world, I need a dog that's stable and can be out in public. He's got to be able to be social. That's the product that I build for my customers, and their education is paramount in that. I have to educate them and their responsibilities, how to handle the dog and what they need to understand with that dog in regards to that, having that dog to protect home and family, right? And if they don't, they're not going to get into it to that degree. I don't want them as a customer. You know, I always say it, you've got to get off the couch to work with me, right? If you're going to just pay me and you think you're going to get a robot and you've got all kinds of money and then walk away, that's not the way it works. You've got to put the energy in to learn and grow and to be able to handle that dog in the right way and be a responsible adult in our society to have me give you services. That's just the way it is. So for all you folks that took offense to that, you need to really step back and think about it. It's a mean world out there. I'll talk to you later.